Welcome to the Heal Your Heart Masterclass. My name is Veronica Parks. I am a soul healer, and I'm going to share with you today the 3 steps that will help you overcome any relationship. That is a personal relationship that was negative, maybe abusive, any sort of partnership in your business. So you can use the same easy 3 steps for everything. Now, before we get started, have you ever been in a physically, emotionally, or psychologically abusive relationship? If it's a yes, just write in the chat box. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that everybody's in the right room. Oh, my friends, I am so excited for you. So, before I share with you the 3 steps, which I want you to have a pen and a paper and write it down, because if you master these 3 steps, there is literally nothing stopping you. Because what normally happens is we fall in love, we get in a relationship, now heart gets broken. And then the next relationship we go into, instead of showing up 100% and giving it a 100% chance, we show up maybe 50%. And then by the 3rd or 4th, we barely show up at all. So we build this invisible walls around our hearts to protect ourselves, right? So we don't give as much, or we don't come in with an open heart because we're afraid to get hurt. When you master these 3 steps, you'll never, ever, ever have to worry about starting a relationship because you'll get hurt. Because with these 3 steps, instead of taking months or years or even a lifetime to heal those wounds, you can get it done within minutes or maybe just hours, right? So knowing that you can overcome any hurdles, then it makes it easier to go through life and go on that date and give it a try, right? What is the whole point of work, of accumulating stuff or doing things, if at the end of the day we don't have somebody to share the love and appreciation with? And my heart goes to you. I am sorry that you've been in an abusive relationship. I've been there too. And before I share those steps with you, I'm going to share a few things about me to hopefully allow you to realize that you're not in this alone. And all of us here are for a reason. So I grew up in Moldova, which is a part of Romania, in a small village. I was in extreme poverty. It was a 3rd world country. So when I say poverty means I had 1 pair of pants, 1 dress, 1 pair of shoes, no running water, electricity only 2 hours in the evening. But that was not the tough part. The tough part was being sexually abused at the age of 10. And I don't know if any of you can relate, but I was a Christian Orthodox. And having sex before marriage is an absolute sin, right? So I couldn't share that with anybody else. I kept it hidden underground for years and years and years. And I thought, if I focus to study hard, to get straight A's, then I can get a scholarship to college and I can run away as far as possible and start my life over in a place that nobody knows. And I can never share what happened to me. If any of you can relate to this, put yes in the chat box. If you don't feel comfortable, that is okay. So long story short, I did it. I got a scholarship to business school in Romania. And after that, I actually came to America. And I fell in love with a guy. That's how I ended up in this country. And he was the most amazing guy ever. But yet, because he was so safe and so comfortable, I was bored. I had no idea why. Long story short, that relationship ended, and I met the love of my life. Right? Have you ever been there? You meet somebody, you're like, oh my God, there's so much fire, like this is it. And that love turned out to be the most destructive relationship I've ever been in. I'm talking about physical abuse, emotional, psychological, financial. I cannot tell you the amount of times I would have the police officer showing at a door because I had a black eye. And I could never let him go because I loved him. Or so I thought it was love. Have you ever felt the way, like you care about somebody so much, it doesn't matter how much they hurt you, you just can't find the strength to leave? Maybe you have been there in the past. I was in the relationship for 2.5 years. And I remember the moment I woke up and it was like noon. The sun was already out, it was warm, and I had no interest to get out of bed. By that time, I had gained 12 pounds, which for my figure, I'm 5'5", it shows. I was eating like a jar of peanut butter in 2 days. And then when the pain was getting too hard, I was numbing myself with alcohol. Right? If any of you have been there, you have probably tried anything from alcohol to drugs to sex to overwork, any of those distractions or coping mechanisms just to keep going. And I don't know how you did it, but I was so good at putting a smile on my face that nobody had any idea what I was going through until I ended the relationship. So I remember that moment, it was like noon, and I looked down the window and I'm like, if the person I love so much treats me this way, where's the point in living? And I looked down and I said, why don't you just jump and make it easy for everybody else? And that's when I realized I didn't have a plan B because it was only the second floor. So if I jumped down, like the best I could have done is break a few ribs. And then I'm left the rest of my life dealing with it. And in that moment, I don't know what you call it, and maybe you have been in that moment, when something shifts, like a button switches and you're like, I've had enough, I can't do this anymore, this is it. That was the moment for me. Something shifted and I looked at him, I'm like, how was I even attracted to him? You're not even my type. I packed my bags and I left. I had no idea how I'm going to start. At that time, I had already gone through all of my savings because he always needed money for something and I always loved him enough to say yes. So I gone through all of my savings. I had nowhere to go. A girlfriend of mine allowed me to stay at her place for 2 weeks until I find something on my own. The beautiful thing that happened, and that's why I'm doing what I do today, is that in that moment when I thought that my life is over and I have no idea how I'm going to start over, so many people are willing to help because I finally shared what I was going through. My friend, you're not alone. And if you're still currently in a relationship like that, I urge you to reach out to your friends, to your family, allow them to help you. Because nobody in the entire world deserves to be treated that way. And if you have been in the past, then I'll show you the easy steps on how to clear that. So that was my journey on the short version of my journey. And from that point on, I became obsessed with finding any type of hacks on how I can heal myself and build myself from inside out into the person that I truly love. Because I'm like, if I get to a point that I lose everything, nobody can take away who I am. And if I love this, everything's going to be okay. Because up to that point, I didn't like who I was. How can you? The amount of shame and guilt you accumulate in your body because you allow somebody to treat you that way. Those are the two least emotions that should ever be kept. Whatever, like, we're humans, we make mistakes. We have to forgive ourselves and move on. So this is what I want for you guys. Whether you're still in that relationship where it's just ended, or maybe it was 10 years ago, that pain is still there. If I ask you to close your eyes right now and remember, you'd probably still feel it in your body. And I want to help you clear that. Sounds good to you? Okay. So, if you have a pen and a paper, write down the first step. It's going to be a total shocker to you. Okay. If you're ready, write down. Decide to release and let go. And you probably have heard those words before, but I'm going to share with you a technique that works like magic. And we don't have time to do it right now, but I'll explain how the technique works and you can do it after the session. Okay? So I want to make sure I give you guys as much as I can. So the person that has hurt you the most, pick one. We'll do one for now. Your past partner. Write their name on the top. We're going to write them a letter. Now, before you freak out, you don't have to send the letter to them. They will never, ever see it. We're going to energetically release that person. So that letter is going to have two parts. The first part, you're going to say, I forgive you for. So write this down. I forgive you for. And as you do that, I want you to fill up at least 2 pages of all the things they did to you. Everything they said, everything they did, everything they didn't do, all of it. The abuse, the neglect, the words, everything that has ever hurt you. You're going to write that down. And you're going to say, I forgive. Before the voice in your head comes out and say, no, I don't want to forgive them because it's not okay what they did. I know that. And under no circumstances am I making that okay. When you forgive somebody, you give yourself that gift. It has nothing to do with the other person. They will have to deal with their own consequences, right? Every action has a reaction. Every cause has an effect. So they will pay for their karma in their own way. We're going to forgive them so we can become free of that energy. Okay? So you're going to find it in your beautiful heart and forgive them for everything they did, just for you to free yourself up, nothing else. Okay? The second part of that letter, you're not going to like me for this, probably. Or maybe you will afterwards. Right? Please forgive me for. And if there is a voice in your head right now that says, I got nothing to forgive them for. Nothing. They did all the wrong things. I promise you that by the time you're done with the first part, you will find some things that you want them to forgive you for. Maybe it's for tolerating. Maybe it's for saying something. Maybe not setting boundaries and sticking to them. Whatever that is, it will come to you. And it has to be done in that order. When you do that, and I'll encourage you to do that tonight, things will come to the surface. And if tears come up, magical. That is the shower for your soul. Allow them to come in because we need to release that from your body. Even if it happened 10 years ago. You give yourself that gift. Okay, so now when you're done with both parts, and you should have at least 4 pages, no less. If that person hurt you so much, you probably have a whole chapter. Once you're done, you're going to take the paper, you're going to fold it, you're going to go outside and you're going to burn it. And you watch it until it burns to ashes. When you do that, you energetically release that person. I did it with a person, I think I did it one time with somebody that was a friend or a former friend, right? You grow sometimes and your friends don't grow the same way. They go in a different direction and it's okay to let them go. So I did it for my friend. And the moment I burned the paper, I got a call from them apologizing for the way they behaved. That is how powerful this energy is. So you don't ever have to speak to the person. You just release yourself. The magic will happen. Whether they'll reach out to say sorry, maybe, they will just free you from that. We're doing this for you. Okay. Is everyone good at this part? I wish we had time for you guys to do it actually here. But it's probably better if you have time and allow yourself to feel all of that afterwards. This whole thing could take you about 30 minutes to an hour. Once you burn that, you're going to feel so free. I've had clients who said that they lost 3 pounds at the end of this. It's magical. It really is magical. Once you do that, you know that to a deep degree you have released them. There's still reminiscent stuff in there, but you made the first huge step. You decided to free yourself from this jail. Because when we don't let go of this, then we hold ourselves in jail, we hold them in jail. And the next person that comes in, you get in a relationship and they say something that is slightly similar or does something similar there is to the relationship that you had before, that is going to trigger you. You're going to be like, nope, I'm out. That's why it's so easy to fall in love when you're like 15. And it's so much harder when you pass 25 because now your box gets smaller and smaller and smaller and there are more triggers. So I want to help you free yourself from that. So there are no triggers. So when you meet the next girl or the next man, you're open to it. Does that sound good? Okay. Now the second step. And this is my favorite. The second step, you're going to write it down. This is your time, my friend, to take your power back and feel good. So write it down. I take my power back and I feel good. And I'm going to take you on a little journey. It's going to be exciting. Okay. So what does it mean to take your power back and feel good? You're going to write a list of everything that you love to do. Everything. From food that you like to eat, from actions, maybe going to the beach, maybe dancing, maybe wrestling with friends. I don't know, whatever that is. So you're going to make a list of all the things you love to do. Write down at least 20. Okay? So now your priority becomes doing at least 3 of those things every single week. And I know you're busy. I know you have work, you have family, you have responsibilities. The most important person in your life is you. And if you don't do this now, then when? Okay? So I invite you to make yourself a priority. It doesn't take that much time to do 3 things that you love to do. Maybe it's taking a bath with a glass of mimosa and some nice music and a candle. I don't know, whatever that is. Maybe you add some new things. I want you to explore and discover who you are and what you like to do. Because maybe you liked something 10 years from now and now it doesn't excite you anymore. So what is it? Write down as many things as you can. So that is something that I invite you to do every week from now on. That is something you can do by yourself. Now, the journey that I'm going to take you, it's going to be more in the meditative journey. It's going to be only maybe like a few minutes. I'll just give you a taste of it. Okay? So I hope you're not driving a car. I want you to get yourself comfortable. If you're sitting, that's great. If you want to lay down, go for it. Get yourself as comfortable as you can be. We're going to go on a journey. And all I want you to do, even if you haven't done it before, pretend that it works. Right? Let's play a game. Allow your eyes to close. I'll close mine too so I don't get any distraction. And I want you to take a deep, deep, deep inhale in straight into your belly. Fill up that Buddha belly. Sip a little bit more air. Sip a little bit more. Open your mouth, sigh it all out. One more time. Take a deep inhale straight into your belly. Sip a little bit more. Sip a little bit more. Open your mouth, sigh it all out. Now I'm going to do this one more time. On the exhale, you're going to let go of all the tension, ideas, stress, expectations, anything that is blocking you right now. So take a deep inhale in straight into your belly. Open your mouth, let it all out. Good job, good job. As you continue deepening your breath, and you allow your eyes to become tighter and tighter and tighter, you notice yourself going this deep, deep relaxation. With every sound that you hear, with every word, you're going deeper and deeper into relaxation now. Relax your shoulders from your ears. Relax your jaw. You're doing just fine. Relax the muscle in your eyes. You notice the wave of relaxation moving down to your shoulders, down to your arms, all the way down to the fingertips. Your arms are so limp, so lazy. The wave of relaxation is moving down to your chest, to your belly, to your back, all the way down to your hips. With every inhale you take in, you breathe in this wave of relaxation. With every exhale, you're releasing more and more. The wave of relaxation moves down to your knees, all the way down to your toes. You notice your body sinking deeper and deeper to the chair. With every word, with every sound, you're going deeper and deeper into relaxation. And any thoughts that come to you, simply watch them drift away. Today's past. Tomorrow's 1,000 miles away. And you're here now. Feeling so good, so relaxed. As I'm speaking directly to your subconscious mind, I'll ask you to travel to the past, to a time that you feel so loved. Maybe the first time you had your kiss and you felt the butterflies in your belly. I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, you see the days, the weeks, the years go by. 3, be there now. Notice what it feels like to be in love. Notice the sensation of a kiss. Feel the butterflies in your belly. What it feels like to be so in love. You feel that the time just stopped and nothing else in the world matters except you here now. Feel the heat, the chemistry, the sensation. Feel your heart beating so fast. Notice the big smile on your face, the joy. Your heart is filled with so much love. You don't even want to eat. It feels so good. Notice what it feels like in every fiber, every cell, every bone in your body. How good it feels to be in love, to be loved. to share love. Feel the heat, the chemistry, the warmth of your heart. And on a count of 3, we're going to make this feeling 10 times stronger. Why not? 1, 2, take a deep inhale in. 3, make the sensation 10 times stronger, feeling 10 times more in love, more joyful, happier, lighter, feeling so good. Feel the spread to every bone, every fiber, every cell of your body. Feel the ecstasy in every particle of your body. Feels so good, so alive, so joyful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You deserve this. You deserve this transformation. You are love. You're perfect just the way you are. On a count of 5, I'll ask you to come back to the present moment. As you float right above the memory, turning around and looking towards the future. 1, 2, notice your heart being so full of love. Feeling this tingling sensation in every cell of your body. 3, take a deep inhale in. Exhale it out. 4, feeling so good, so joyful, so ready for a transformation. 5, come back to the present moment now. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And open your eyes when you're ready. Hi, Nika. You're the first person that I see. When you're ready, open your eyes and come back to the present moment. And let me know in the chat box, how did that feel to you? If you felt any sensation, if you felt any love. If you didn't feel anything. Happy, lightness, warm and tingly. Huge smile, I love that. Heart opening, it's good, relaxed. Good. Nika, what did you feel, my beautiful? Were you able to come with us? Feel the energy through your body. Good, 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 good. Wonderful.
Tingling and energy. I could feel it.
Yeah.
Changing.
Beautiful. You were the first person that I saw and your eyes were already open. So I'm like, it was a shame. You're like, I'm ready. I got this. Let's do more. You're like ready to go. Wonderful. So this literally took us only a few minutes. But that is such an important step. So if you remember to do that, and I know it's really tough, right? Let's say we just ended up a relationship, whether it's a partner, business, whatever that is, we had an argument with somebody. And pain is so familiar to us. Thank God to our ancestors and all the wars they've been through. We are so trained that when we feel pain, we just want more. We just don't want to indulge in it. So if you feel hurt, have you ever found yourself like, oh, let me buy a box of donuts and let me find all the sad movies and let me find all the sad songs. So let me do something to indulge in that pain. Have you ever been there? Because that is so familiar. We do that almost on a daily basis. That's why you always hear that happiness is a choice, because that's a muscle that we have to grow. And my friend, if I can do it, you can do it too. You would never catch me smiling until I came to America, and that was 14 years ago. Literally. Unless there was something funny, I would not smile. So that's a lot of cultural stuff too. But I built myself into a happy person, so can you. And now it's natural. I don't have to work hard for it. But we need to catch ourselves in that process when some conflict comes into our life, especially if it's an abusive relationship. We have the power. So find a quarter, write the letter, burn it out, let it go, and then do things that make you happy. So the list of things, the 20 things that you wrote down, those are external things that you can do to feel happy. And oftentimes people only do the external things. And that is only a portion of it. And you're probably already familiar with the difference between your conscious and your subconscious mind, right? Your conscious mind is 5 to 10%. Anything that I do with you right now, when I'm speaking, that is on your conscious level. Now, the journey that we're on, that we just did for a few minutes and you got to feel relaxed and tingly and joyful, that was on the subconscious level. And you can train yourself to do that every time. It literally takes a few minutes. But sometimes we need the coach to guide us there, because when we get stuck in that drama, it's a slippery slope. So somebody needs to come out and be like, no, get back on the highway. You got this. Right? So we need to reprogram all the patterns that we have, thank God, to our ancestors. I mean, it's not enough the stuff that we've been through in this lifetime. We have in our DNA lifetimes of pain. And the only way to clear that is on the subconscious level. And as kids, right, from 0 to 5 or 7, you're in that theta state, so you absorb everything. But as adults, the only time you get in that theta state is a few minutes before you go to bed and a few minutes when you wake up. That's why it's so important to do a meditation or feed your mind with something that is going to empower you as a person. It's going to make you feel happier and joyful and tingly and relaxed, right? But what we do is we go to sleep and we're on the phone, on TikTok, watching news, whatever else, social media. I've done that too. And you wake up and the first thing we do is, again, on the phone, because we get this illusion of feeling connected. When in fact, the most important connection you can have is with you. So take those few minutes before you go to bed and when you wake up to connect with you. Whether it's a meditation, whether it's a walk, whether it's doing some push-ups, just focus on doing something that doesn't involve technology, media, or anything that is outside influence, because we absorb all of that. As important as it is to eat the right food so you can feel a certain way, everything, all the pictures, the billboards, the audio, everything we hear around, we absorb, and that turns into the energy that we carry every day. So if you catch yourself watching news, even if it's 5 minutes, they'll load your vibrations so fast in just those 5 minutes, because that's a bombarding amount of pictures. And now your subconscious mind registered. We're only aware of 10% of the information that goes in. 90% goes straight to your subconscious mind with no filter. So now you wonder why most of the time you catch yourself having negative thoughts, therefore negative emotions. So we need to be very careful of what filter we put in. And that starts with a relationship, right? Being around somebody who treats you the way you deserve to be treated. And if that person doesn't treat you right, and you set your healthy boundaries, and they still don't treat you right, then maybe, just maybe, they're not supposed to come with you in the next chapter of your life. Right? Because people come into our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And one nugget that I want to leave you with on the second step is anytime a relationship ends, there is this subconscious need of longing, of clinging to something, even if it's not comfortable, even if it's painful, it's familiar, right? So you want to stay there. I invite you to consider that if a relationship ended, if it doesn't bring you joy any longer, then that is your cue to move to the next chapter. Because that person was meant to come into your life until then. And the reason it hurts being in a relationship is because they already lived their chapter, right? You're growing in this direction, they're going in that direction, and you're not going in the same place. Does that make sense? Are you with me so far? Okay. So take this tool and do external things, 3 things every week to feel good. And also do these journeys. Why not do it on a daily basis? When you wake up, close your eyes and remember that first kiss, or remember that first touch, or remember a time that you just felt happy just because. Maybe you're in nature, maybe you're on a roller coaster, whatever that is. Take yourself there. Then whatever you're feeling, amplify that. Feel it in every cell of your body. Then count to 5 and come back. Right? We don't need external things to feel happy. We can just do it in a split of a second. You train the muscle more and more and more, it becomes easier. So the reason this is such an important step is because when you feel good, you can't allow somebody else in your life to treat you less than. Okay? Same thing, like you're operating a certain vibration. When you feel happy, you're right here. So if your partner comes in and is over here, you're gonna be like, nope, we're not speaking the same language, I'm out. I'm out for a walk, or I'm out for good. Whatever choice, that is yours. But when you're happy, you attract more people that are the same vibration. Just like sometimes I get on social media and I'm like this happy camper. Some people come in and stay the whole time, like Jan was there one night. And some people come and go because I don't operate at their vibration. So that is what is important. If you want your life to have a big leap and you want to feel good, your environment affects you 90%. Right? So as much work as you do yourself, if you go home and you have the same environment, you don't change any furniture in your house, you have the same people telling you the same things, it's very hard to make big leaps. So your job internally is to raise your vibration, feel good more and more and more and more. Therefore, you start adding more people into your life that are the same vibration. And those who are not, they slowly fade away. That is a part of the terms and condition I always share with clients when I take on a new client. And I'm like, there will be relationships in your life that are probably going to fade away. I want to make sure you're okay with that, right? Especially if you're a giver and you used to always do and give and be there for other people. And yet when you need somebody to be there for you, they're never there. Those are takers. That's their job. And when you raise your vibration, when you set your standards, they don't like it. You're going to be like, no, I used to like that person. And you let them go with love. Are you with me so far? Okay. Whew. Let me take a sip of water. So now we got to the 3rd step. So first, you let them go, you release them, you burn the flatter. Number 2, you made yourself feel good. Actions, internal, external. It's good to have a combination of both. Number 3, you're like, Veronica, what is a number 3? We already did all these things. I feel great. I feel relaxed. I feel tingly. Like, what's there in number 3? Go out and get on Tinder and get a date? Not yet. Not yet, my friend. And that's what a lot of people do, right? they go through a bad relationship, or it's like, that rebound. They fill in the gap with another person that most likely are going to bring the same drama or similar. So step number 3 is to release that attractor magnet on the subconscious level. And what do I mean by that? How do I say this? In any situation, in any relationship, it takes 2 people to tango. And whatever lessons you had in the past, whatever things that happened to you, and usually it's from your childhood, from 0 to 7. If those haven't been cleared, now you naturally are going to attract somebody who is going to bring you the same pain. So let's say if you had a dad that was never there for you or never paid attention to you, now you subconsciously attract males or females in your life that are treating you the same way. If you've been abandoned, not giving the love and tenderness and attention, you might get in a relationship with a narcissist that is only there to take and do the same thing those people that you loved in your childhood did. Does that make sense? It doesn't have to be that dramatic. It could be as simple as, I don't know, you were 1 year old and you wanted to play, and your mom said, no, I'm busy right now. In that moment, you decided that I'm not worthy of love. So therefore, now I'm going to become a superwoman or superman, work hard, do things, become this perfect person. In the relationship, I'm going to play all the roles because I need to prove myself that I'm worthy of love. And you naturally attract a person that just takes, never says thank you. So I invite you to look back at your relationships, whether it's personal or business, and notice the pattern. Being aware of that pattern, that's the first big step, because now we know what to release. So I would take some time tonight and find the common denominator in your past relationships. They're not going to be exactly the same, but it will be a similar dynamic. And then see if there resembles in any way with how you're treated by your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your uncle, whoever was close to you in your childhood. The truth of the matter is, majority of stuff that we're dealing with are from childhood. That is why I'm so fascinated with this kind of work. So my gift and my genius is to help people remove that subconscious blocks from the past. So let's say you're dealing with something right now. We go back to the past on a subconscious level to the very first time you felt that similar thing. You release that. And then when you come back, automatically, your relationships improve. Your relationship with yourself, your finances, career, everything gets to bloom. Because now there's no those triggers, right? How many times you go throughout the day getting upset because of different triggers, even somebody cutting in the traffic. And that is energy that you could have put to do something that you love to do, or make more money, or spend more time with your family. Right? So when you clear those subconscious blocks from your childhood, all of a sudden there's less and less and less triggers. And now you can jump into a relationship with open heart. So that is step number 3. Before you jump into the next relationship, I invite you to find the root cause within you that attracted that. I'm not saying that you did or you chose that person, but there is a vibration within you that still needs to be cleared that attracted that person in your life. Okay? So that is a deep, deep question the majority of people never get to answer. What most people do, and I'm sure that is not you, or that is not you in the future. You go through a bad relationship and then you jump into the next one. I used to do that. I would stay single for maybe a week, 2 weeks at most. I would jump to the next one. Until I started looking back to the patterns, I'm like, okay, I get it. The problem is me. Not me, but whatever pain was within me from my childhood was attracting that. When I share the story about my abusive relationship, as painful as it was, I'm grateful that it happened, because I realized subconsciously I wanted somebody to treat me the same way I was treated as a kid. That was familiar to me. That's why you see so many people going back to the same abusive relationship. It doesn't make any sense, yet you keep going back. That is the pattern that needs to be cleared, and it has to be cleared on a subconscious level. Are you with me so far? Okay. We're talking about deep stuff. So once you become aware of that, then now all you have to do is a simple session and remove that on a subconscious level. So my friends, I want to invite you on a journey with me. In June, on June 1st, I'm going to do a 30-day program. Well, I invite you to join me because we're going to heal your heart in 30 days. And the little journey that we did today on going back to feel good, we're going to do similar. That was only a little appetizer. We're going to do the similar ones, but going back and removing those subconscious blocks from the root cause, whether it's in a womb or a few months old or maybe a couple of years old. Once you remove that, now you stop attracting the same negative, abusive relationship in your life. Okay, it's a one and done. That's why I love this. So if you feel called, if you feel that that is the right time for you, I invite you on this journey with me. We're starting on June 1st. So we're going to do a live healing session every week like this over Zoom. And then every single day for 30 days, you are going to get a love and healing tool in your inbox that you get to use for the rest of your life. I'm going to share with you my favorite hacks that helped me on my journey. That sounds good to you. I'll ask Alan to drop the link in the chat box. I would love to have you there. The program is $1,000, and for you, I'm going to do it for only $199. That is probably the last time that I'm going to teach at that price. So you're going to be in my hands for 30 days, and I'm going to help you release all of those subconscious blocks so you can make space for that beautiful love in your life because you deserve it. And this is not for somebody that wants to stay where you are. If you're perfectly comfortable where you are, this is not the program for you. If you don't want to do the work and release that, and you want to attract the same relationship, this is not for you. I'm telling you right now. This is for somebody who truly wants to make that leap and completely transform. It took me years to do this. We're going to do it with you in 30 days. This is for somebody that wants to feel that love because you deserve it, and it's going to start with you, my friend. So if you want to join me on this journey, I would love to have you. And I'm open to any questions, any comments. I will look down to see if there are any questions. And you can unmute your mic if you have any questions. Let me know. Okay?
I have questions. That you said it's the
Yes.
30 days. So
Yes.
and then is it going to be like 1st of June, 7th of June, 14th, and 21?
The live sessions are probably going to be, I'm going to do a poll and see when it's good for everybody, but it'll probably be 5 o'clock, either on a Thursday, Friday, or a Tuesday. So I'm going to do a poll in our Facebook VIP group. Once you join the program, you're going to be in our VIP group. So then you have access to me for the rest of your life. And I constantly share biohacks and healing tools, and I do live sessions there too. So you're going to be part of the VIP group.
Well, I mean, I've already bought the ticket for the VIP.
No. So that is different. You bought a session with me. You bought a private session with me. Yes.
Okay.
We're going to have so much fun. So you're going to be like steps ahead of everybody else.
Great.
No, I'm very excited for you. I know I saw that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So yeah, we're going to do it either Thursday, Friday, or Tuesday. My inclination is probably we're going to do it at the same time, like a Thursday at 5 o'clock. But we'll do a poll to make sure when it's good for everybody. And let's say 1 week you missed a live session, not to worry. I'm going to send you the recording because when we do sessions, I use a lot of hypnosis, NLP, timeline therapy, and energy healing. So if you're familiar with energy, once it's there, even if it's a digital product, you still feel it like you are live, right? And then you have the recording, so now you can use that as many times, right? Let's say you healed your heart and you're ready for that love, but then next year you get in a business with a partner that does something. So now you can use the same tool and clear that. So this tools that I'll share with you, you can use it for any area of your life. Okay? Any more questions? I got you guys to come.
I just had a quick question about.
Yes. Hi,
you were
Brianna.
saying if it feels painful, then that chapter is over. But what if like it feels really good to like think about that person and like in your heart in perfect timing, whenever that may be, that it's meant to be. And when you do like their pendulum work, like it's just like telling you to be patient and like yes, you're meant to be. Just kind of hang in there.
Are you in a relationship right now?
No, it's ended.
It ended.
I didn't end it, but yeah, it's just like I still have so much love for this person. I have like no animosity, no nothing. Like I have nothing. Like I could choose those feelings, but I don't have them. And so I just keep getting this like feeling like just be patient. Like he's working through some stuff. Just
so when you say patient, you mean wait for him to come back?
Or just like, I mean, if that's what's going to happen, that's what's going to happen.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
But not also like not looking. I'm not really looking for anything else either.
Yeah.
Like,
so I'm going to give you some. I'm going to share something with you that you probably already know. I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. When you're waiting for somebody, whether that person is going to come back or not, the longer you wait, even if they were meant to come back into your life, the longer they're not going to come back into your life. There's this energetic push and pull, right? When we wait, then they feel that you're waiting and there's this like you pulling them towards you. But my love, you're driving the bus. Whether you're ready to go into another relationship, this is your life. Why waste a day, a week, or 30 days or years waiting for them? I'm not saying go now and start another relationship, not at all. But this energy that you are consuming, waiting for somebody that is not there, it's precious energy that you can invest in yourself, in your business, in your family. Does that make sense? Of course you have love for him. That's inevitable. Once you love somebody, they're always going to be in your heart. But I don't want you to wait because this is your time. We don't know how long we have here. Now we have a week, maybe a year, maybe 50 years. We don't know that. This waiting game, it's not serving you. It's energy that goes out. And we're talking about psychic cords, and that is one thing that we're going to do probably on a second session. Because a lot of times when we have intimate relationship with somebody and there is some sort of conflict, he automatically forms these psychic cords and that leaks your energy. So imagine like a cup, and that's why a lot of these abusive relationships affect finances too. Because you hustle and you do all these things and you bring things in, but if there is a leak, the energy goes out. And I'm going to energetically cut those cords for all of you. We'll do it as a group. Because anytime you're in a relationship with somebody and there's a conflict, the psychic cords are formed. And now the energy goes out instead of coming in and be used for the right thing. Does that make sense? Did they answer your question? Brianna?
Yeah, I've heard again that if it feels good, like it's not necessarily a bad thing. Obviously, if it didn't feel good, then it's your higher self or your body's way of telling you like that that's not good for you. But I was like, well, what if it feels good to?
I'll ask you a question that maybe has nothing to do with you. Does pain feel good?
No.
Doesn't?
No.
For a moment. Okay. Let me ask you this. Are you happy with all the other areas of your life? Like you wake up in the morning and have a joyful smile on your face, and your career is going well, and other relationships are going well, your health is good, you work out, you feel good. If you answer yes to all of that, then this is not for you.
Yeah, no. I came from a really bad low in 2020, climbed my way out. So I'm better than I was last year, but I'm not where I used to be or where I want to be.
Okay.
But I'm better than I was a year ago.
Of course. I mean, hopefully, yes. So I'll tell you this. If every cell in your body tells you that you're perfectly okay with where you are and you want to wait, then this program is not for you. But if there's a part of you that wants to take that power back so you can drive your own bus, then maybe it is. Ultimately, it's your choice. But I doubt that any higher self is going to tell you to wait for somebody. This is your life. Okay? So you make that choice for you. Sleep on it. Sleep on it. Are there any more questions?
I have one question.
Sure.
My question was this, that you're talking about cutting the energetic cords. I have done that before in the past. But I feel like this, that if you still think about the past, and you can build those cords back up again.
Of course, yeah. Especially as celebrities, every time you're like, if you're an influencer and you're out and about and people see you, those psychic cords needs to be cleared on a weekly basis. The cords that I was talking about is people have energetic cords with their exes if they've had an abusive relationship. Those are serious. The ones you form cords all the time, but those you could have them for 5 or 10 years. So beside the energetic cords, we're going to go to your past and clear that trauma on a subconscious level so that person doesn't come back into your mind anymore. Because what happens is anytime a person from the past comes back and you still feel any sort of discomfort, your subconscious mind is bringing it to the surface for you to release it. But what we do is put a band-aid on it or numb it somehow with alcohol, sex, drugs, anything else, or even TV. So once we remove that on a subconscious level, it's not going to come back to you. Like, even if it comes to your mind, it's just going to be like a data, right? Like, I'm able to talk about my sexual abuse and there are no feelings. It's just data. It's something that has happened in the past, but I don't have any emotion attached to it because I cleared it. So now I'm free. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but what about like ex-husband who you have to keep dealing with ongoing basis?
That's even more magical because this person is in your life.
Yeah.
So you can still deal with them, becomes a business transaction almost, or like a acquaintance, a relationship. As long as there are no emotions involved in it, like there's no hatred, there's no resentment, there's no discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do is we're going to release that negative emotion that is attached to the stuff that you've been through. Once that's released, then you can continue your relationship easily.
Right.
Whether they say something or not, it's not going to hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
So just give you an example. Like if you come to me and you say, Veronica, you're ugly, would that affect me? Yes, if I had that pain within me and if there was a part of me that believed in that and I didn't heal it, then I would get affected. But if I don't have the emotional pain within me, I'll be like, thank you for sharing. That's an interesting observation. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So any more questions? Jan, you got quiet on me.
Veronica, if you look at the chat, Adora has a question.
Sure, yes. You can unmute her.
Yeah, Adora, if you want to unmute yourself, you can do so and ask the question live.
Or you can tell me what the question is.
Okay. She's asking, does this program help you love yourself more?
My favorite kind of question. You went straight to the heart. Yes, my beautiful. That is the core work in this program. You just gave it away. Yes. And we're going to do that on a subconscious level. Yes. Yes, absolutely. What a beautiful question. Yes, 100%. A lot of times, I would get somebody and they're like, no, I love myself. I know my value and all of that. Like, I do all the right things, but why is this relationship in my life? And like, if you ever allow somebody to treat you less than you deserve, then there's a part of you that doesn't love or accept yourself. So we're going to do that on a subconscious and energetic level. And once you feel 100% self-love and self-worth and self-value, then you can never allow somebody to treat you less than, because that is not who you are. So yes, that is the core of the program.
Hi, Veronica.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you this. So basically, in my romantic relationship, I have been attracting a lot of Virgos. So all my 4 exes are Virgos, and even the current partner I have is also a Virgo. And I was just like, wow, that was interesting. And I see a lot of Virgo patterns that I have been attracting in my life. But I feel that my current partner now is somehow different from the rest of the 4 Virgos that I dated before.
Okay.
Yeah, I love him so much, and it's just like a few weeks back, and he was suddenly drop me an email saying goodbye, and it was quite painful experience. And in fact, last week we kind of like meet up and just to talk things through and all that, and we decided to work on the relationship again. And but that incidence of like dropping email and saying goodbye, it was just like
and how long you guys been together?
Sorry, how long? We've been together for like probably nine months.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, that incidence of like that whatever happens kind of like also makes me kind of like doubt about the relationship itself. I was also questioning myself that is I mean, I really wanted to work on the relationship, but I just felt that actions of dropping an email and saying goodbye was just
did that happen like, once, or did that happen several times?
That happens that's the first time.
The first time. And did he explain why he decided to end it?
Yes, he did explain why. He felt that he was not supported in a way where he was busy at that time, and he was quite stressed up with his work and his study and his exams and all that. So I was like, oh wow, I didn't know that, because he never shared with me about his feelings.
But it sounds like a real Virgo. If they don't share, they keep it all to themselves.
Yeah,
I was in a relationship with a Virgo, so I know the pain. They're so methodical. So, there is so much in their head, and they're probably thinking about all kinds of things, and they assume that they had communicated, but the communication never took place. So how do you feel? I know you said you want to work on it, and I don't like the word work. I think if it's with the right person, you should become somehow easily. The only person you should work on is you. So how does that feel?
I mean, I feel excited. At the same time, I also feel doubt as well within me, like, is it going to happen again?
So now,
and yeah, I just felt like left unsettled in a way somehow.
Okay. So you, my love, we're gonna work on healing your heart and raising you up. And when you're up, it doesn't matter what he does, whether he stays or not, you're gonna be okay. All right? Because his actions really like started messing with your self-confidence and your self-worth. Now you're doubting yourself, like, am I doing something right? Am I doing something wrong? Am I going to invest
Exactly.
another 8 months and then he's going to drop another email? Like, I'm not 15 anymore.
Yeah.
So we're going to work on releasing that stuff that attracts that kind of behavior. And maybe you will be together. Maybe he is your person. We don't know. But we're going to take care of you. Okay? Because there is something from your childhood that it attracts that kind of behavior. And I would really take the time tonight and think about a certain pattern that you have with all the Virgos. Maybe it wasn't an email, maybe it was something else. And if there's a similar pattern, now we can clear that. Okay? The step number 3 that is so important.
Veronica, I would love to know, are the Zooms going to be an hour long, or do you know how long?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, an hour long, we're going to go straight in. And just so you know, when we do this 30-day program, you are in the Facebook group and you have accountability. So every day, you're going to write in you get a tool in your email box. You're going to come to the group and you write any questions that you have, any aha moments, anything. So you have me. You have access to me for 30 days. I'll be your accountability coach. And if I don't hear from you for a day or two, you'll probably hear from me. Hey, what's going on? So you have me in your little pocket for 30 days. And I'm going to shower you with so much love. You're never going to be the same. That is my promise to you. Okay? If that sounds good, my beautiful angels, I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for your energy. I want to thank you for taking this journey with me. I'm so, so, so grateful.